And as always, before I start filming a video, everyone remembers that they have to cut their grass and cut their trees and do noisy stuff. Thank you very much. Hello and welcome. I am Ria. I am a knitter, a crocheter, and today I'm going to share with you another knitting podcast. I want to share with you all the things I have finished during the month of March, my works in progress, and I hope you're going to have some fun. I'm very sorry for the noise. Somehow, every time I try to film a video, everybody remembers to do all the noisy things they want to do around here. So I'm very sorry if you hear something like people cutting branches out of trees. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted to start with my first finished project, which is the Secret Santa blouse. I have shown this in a previous video. I was trying on outfits with this blouse. I got 6 skeins of yarn as a present from my Secret Santa last Christmas at the gift exchange at the office. So I wanted to make something, and my initial idea was to make a bag, but when I thought it over, crisp white was not a good idea for me on a bag. And I started scrolling on my Pinterest board and I found this pattern. I'm going to insert the photo for you, and I really liked it. It's a crochet pattern with 3 panels sewn together, granny stitch, very easy. And I measured myself and started crocheting the first panel, and I realized very soon that I didn't have enough yarn for it. So somehow when you crochet something, the yarn gets eaten. It disappears in moments. So I unraveled it and I started again scrolling on my Pinterest boards, and I was watching podcasts to see if a knitting pattern with scrap yarns and stuff like that would be okay for me to try and make something. And I came across this pattern from Mother Loops, the drop loop top, which I really liked, and I thought, that's a good idea with not which it does not use very much yarn. So I didn't like the idea of buying the pattern and making it with different colors. I mean, for the yarns I had, okay, but I think it's a beautiful pattern. But if I knitted this, I would choose only one color. So I thought to myself, why don't I mix those 2 patterns together, the crochet pattern and the other loops pattern, the drop loop top. So I thought I would make 3 panels knitting with drop loop stitch. So this is what I did. I started knitting the first panel. I mixed up the colors, not by making just stripes with the same amount of rows. I mean, none of the colors have the same amount of rows. So I knitted the first panel, I knitted the second panel, and then, I connected them with the slip, knit 1, pass 2 stitches over. And it looks like a knit stitch here. I don't know, it's pretty dark, this green. I don't know if you can see it very well. So I connected the 2 panels, and I saw if I liked the V-neck, because it's the same V from the front and from the back. And then I picked up stitches to make the waist. I made the waist with a twisted rib. I picked, I think, if I remember very well, 3 stitches every 4 rows, because I wanted this to be more tight on my body, and made also a color work here, not with one color, and I still have yarn left over. I mean, it's from this brand. I'm sorry, I will not attempt to pronounce the yarn again, because I'm not very good at this. I'm gonna butcher the name. I still have this white, which I think it's a full skein. I haven't used any of this, and I still have yarn from the 2 greens. I think this one is, let me see, it's 50 grams, 125 meters, this yarn. So as you can understand, with the drop loop stitch, I haven't used as much yarn as I would use if I needed the same amount. So it was a very good pattern, and I don't know if you like me to make a video with some kind of different yarn, so that maybe this will help you to use scrap yarn from the same kind of project. If I can measure myself to understand a little bit of how much, I mean, I'm usually size medium. I have a big bust circumference, but if you have a smaller bust circumference, I don't think you will need this much yarn as I used here. So I don't know, do you want me to make a video out of it? Please write me if you like me to make a video with the pattern. So because I saw it, I explained some things to the previous video, but it's a very easy pattern. I think anyone can make if you have scrap yarn you want to use, and I feel it's very summery and very flattering, if you ask me. And at the moment it's very chilly in Athens, I cannot wear it, but I really want the weather to get better, because when you make something and you like it on you, you always want to wear it immediately. But I still haven't worn this, I cannot wait. So the next finished project I have, it's those things you do for mindless knitting when you have something difficult to deal with. That's the case for me. I will show you the next work in progress, which is very challenging until now for me. So in order to relax myself, I made scrunchies. I think I made 4 with scrap yarn. 1 I sent to my niece, she can wear it. And what a better thing to make scrunchies with scrap yarn to use and give to your friends. So I made scrunchies, and that's all the finished objects I have for the month of March. So it's time for the works in progress. Okay, a few months ago I saw on Cezanne the Emily cardigan, and I fell in love with it. I'm going to try and insert the photo of the color I loved. So as you can see from the photo, is a very speckled yarn they have used for this cardigan. And the moment I saw it, I started scrolling to find patterns that were similar and yarns that I could use to make something like that, because if I tried to order the Emily cardigan, would have been more than 200 euros for me to come here. So instead of that, I thought it would be better for me to knit one. It's a kind of, I don't know, a fisherman stitch or a brioche stitch. Anyway, I found 3 patterns I could that were similar to this cardigan. The first one, let me see, because I don't want to mess up with the names. Okay. The first one was the Linger from Asa Buchta. I'm sorry for butchering names. I'm very sorry. I'm going to have links for all the patterns in the description box below if you want to find. That is a free pattern. I think it's knitted with fisherman rib stitch also. The second one was the Annette cardigan from Petite Knit. I really love this red. Love it. I think it's very beautiful. And the third one, which I ended up making, it's the Darling cardigan from Kotovakika. I bought the yarn, and at the same time I was looking for yarn that I could use to make this pattern, because they almost have the same amount and of yarn, and the almost the same needle size that I would need. I think the Annette cardigan is also knitted with a 5mm needles, like the Darling cardigan from Kotovakika. I'm sorry if I don't remember some information. I haven't the pattern in front of me. And I think the Linger is with 6mm needles. I'm not sure. So I thought that I'm going to insert photos for these things. This Lanagato yarn would be perfect for the cardigan I wanted to make. And I didn't want to order it. So I went by from the store that sells it, and they told me they only had one skein. And I was disappointed, of course, because I already have finished the project in my mind. Anyway, I looked around and I saw, let me show you, the yarn is the Merengue, also from Lanagato, this yarn, which has a lot of colors in it. It has green and little of brown and this purpley pink, and I thought it would match what I wanted to make. So I bought this yarn and I started knitting the body. At the moment I'm at the second sleeve. I'm about to finish the second sleeve. I haven't made the neck and the panels for the buttonholes. I finished the body very quickly. It is made with a half. It is made with a half fisherman rib stitch, and it's a very well written pattern. It has nothing to do with the pattern. It has to do with me. I don't know, when I finish the body, and usually when I make a cardigan, I want to make the neck and the buttonholes and then the sleeves, because I want to know where the cardigan comes in here, so I can measure better the sleeves. So I didn't have the buttons, so I started picking up the stitches for the first I'm laughing, I'm sorry, for the first sleeve, and I don't know, I was very tired. And if you follow me on Instagram, you maybe have seen how many times I have unraveled it. So many times, I haven't counted, because I usually knit when I come home from work. I was very tired, very tired, and somehow every few rows I made a mistake and I had to go back and unravel and start again. And the first sleeve almost took me a week. I don't know how I did that. I mean, it's a sleeve, it has no decreases, it's the same thing. I mean, I don't have to count anything. And I was so frustrated, I was so mad at myself. And this yarn, I don't know if you have ever tried to unravel this kind of fluffy yarn. Oh my God, what a struggle. I wanted to throw the cardigan out of the window. I wanted to cry, I wanted to scream. I cannot explain, but I didn't left it on the side. I'm this kind of person. If I start with something, I feel like I have to finish it. I do that with knitting. If I want to finish something and I'm dedicated to it, I want to finish it. I was frustrated with myself because it has nothing to do with the pattern or the things I made. The mistakes were because of me. It has no decreases on the sleeves. It's the same thing. And I finished. It took me almost 7 days to finish one sleeve. I'm so ashamed of this. I know I'm not a fast knitter, but 7 days for a sleeve, it's even for me, which very, very, I don't know. Anyway, I finished the first sleeve. I started the second sleeve. The second sleeve goes smoother. I have unraveled sometimes in the second sleeve also, but it's better than the first time. I cannot explain this. I mean, I cannot explain this. I don't know why. Anyway, and I went to a store to find buttons because I wanted to have the button. If I don't have the buttons for a cardigan, I feel that it's not finished. And although the pattern suggests that you can use how do they call them, snaps to without buttons, without having to make buttonholes, I still want to have buttons on my cardigan. I feel it's not complete if I don't have buttons. So I went there and I found a kind of vintagey style buttons that I could use. And I asked them to order them for me because they only have samples. So they contacted me after a few days and they told me that they didn't still have the buttons and they didn't know when they would have them, and I canceled the order. I don't like when I do that because I know that they are small stores and anyway, but I couldn't wait. They didn't give me any date that they would have the buttons, so I canceled the order. And I think I did well because this cardigan, it's very light. It's fluffy, but it's very light, and the buttons I have chosen were heavy, and I think it would not suit this this cardigan I'm making with this yarn, and it came out better, but I still haven't had the time to go and look again for buttons. And I'm almost finished with the second sleeve, and I would certainly have to start the 2 front panels to make the buttonholes. If I end up making buttonholes, I really want to wear this cardigan on Easter. Currently we are at the 4th of April, I think, and Easter is on the 20th of April, so I really want to have it ready. I'm not sure if I will be able to be ready because I don't know if I will have the time to go and look for buttons. I hope I can. So I'm at this point with this cardigan. I'm sure I will make the pattern again. I think Kutavakika also suggests as a yarn the drops air, if I remember correctly, which is an accessible yarn for me, and I would love it in a red color like the one that petite knit has on the on the Annette cardigan. I would really love it in this red color. I think it suits well with my skin tones and my hair. And this is the work in progress I have at the moment, because I was really struggling with it. This is why I made 4 scrunchies during making this, because I left it so that I can relax for a few moments, and then I took it back. And that's all from my darling cardigan. And the next one I'm trying to make, I have an ottoman. It's a part of my sofa, and every season I like to make things for my home. So I had the idea of making a throw for this ottoman, and I wanted to make it with a cotton yarn, because we live in a hot climate. I don't want heavy and animal fibers during summer. They don't suit very well. They don't go very well with 40 degrees Celsius in Athens. So I picked up this cotton yarn. I think I saw it on my last video with my spring and summer plans. I'm not sure if I remember well. So I measured and I started making this granny stitch. I'm going to have the video, insert the video in the description box below, so that you can watch which video I chose for the granny stitch. I always like to do that, because even though I know how to make granny stitch, if I watch a video, I will always pick a new information of how to make it better. So I always do that. If I want to make something with granny stitch, I always browse on my YouTube to find some kind of information to make my granny stitch better. So I started crocheting this. I don't know if I thought I would make a video, and the main color would be this off-white, I don't know, beigey white. I don't know how to say very good what color it is. I don't know how well it goes on the screen. So I thought I would make this and make an ending with a green color, because I have a lot of green on my living room. So it will be this and green. I don't know if I will make something else for the couch. I'm not sure. But the idea is this, and I really wanted to make a video with this. I'm using a Greek brand called Petalouda. It's cotton yarn, and I crocheted this with a 3mm crochet hook. So I believe we're going to have a video with this throw. I hope so. We'll have a video and tell you more about it. And those are all the things I finished and worked during the month of March. I really like these videos, because I feel I have a diary for myself to go back and look what I made, and even remind myself for information I had forgot. And I didn't do this all year around last year, and I regret it. So I hope this year I will be more dedicated to making podcasts of the things I made every month. And I hope you like them too. And I'll see you at the next one. Bye.